It's fight night. Welcome to the UWC, the Ultimate Whiskey Championship, sponsored by Golf Cask. Time for a crack.
All right, Golf Cast Nation, this is Brian Bailey here bringing you the UWC. Let's get our crack on. So what we're gonna do is we have Rocktown, who is coming out of Arkansas versus a legacy whiskey, which is Four Roses. But before we dive into that, we have a guest judge with us. Bo Hammond, friend of mine for 30 years now.
Exactly.
And Bo, just give us a little insight on you, your whiskey pleasures, and maybe even a little profile of what you like in a good whiskey.
Yeah, Brian and I've known each other way too long, so we'll just leave that as a blur. I favor a lot like what you flavor. I've listened to some of these, Brian. You like that sweeter, that caramel, that vanilla flavor. I always love a good oak flavor in a whiskey. I like it in a wine or a whiskey, either one, when I'm drinking something. So I really enjoy that bolder flavor, kind of like a stronger coffee, a bolder wine, and an oaky type of a whiskey. So that's kind of what I enjoy.
All right, well, good. So to give you guys a little insight, we have our walls up. My wife actually came and poured. So we do have both whiskeys. So we do know the whiskeys. We do know it's Four Roses single barrel. Give you a little insight about Four Roses. It's out of Kentucky. It's 100 proof. They use 5 separate yeast combinations. I can't remember which yeast combination is on the bottle, but we'll review that after we're done. Basically, what we're gonna, and Rocktown is our other, and it's aged 6 to 7, 8 years, somewhere in that ballpark. Rocktown is one of these as well. They're a small craft distillery inside of Arkansas. The reason this bout came about, well, again, Rocktown is right around 114 proof. Aging statement, it would be 2+. So 2 years is your minimum bourbon, and plus would be, I don't know, they're a smaller craft distiller, so they're going to push things out much quicker. And as they get older and more established, they'll be able to pull back and hold these whiskeys back a little bit longer. It does use a different combination mash bill wise. Rocktown is actually 80% corn, roughly 9% golden promise malt, as well as regular malt. So they have 2 different malts. So it's going to be kind of a unique flavor, I would imagine. I have had it. It's been probably 6 to 9 months ago, and I can't tell you what it tasted like. And then the Four Roses I've had more recently, probably about 3 months ago, but still couldn't tell you what it tasted like. But it's bill's 65% corn, 35% rye, and a little bit of malt at the end. But the really funny part of it all is when I put out the weight class of light heavyweight, which is going to be a lot of single barrel battles, I said, all right, what barrels do I have that are relatively similar? So I went ahead and threw Rocktown in, and Rocktown Nation got a hold of it and blew me up. So there's a lot of fans of Rocktown. I imagine if you looked at my Instagram where it was coming from, Arkansas probably lit up like a bomb went off. But they really pushed the fact that they wanted Rocktown, and Rocktown actually called out Four Roses. So I said, hey, give me, we had a lot of history there. There might be. I don't know. Arkansas, Kentucky. Anyways. So there was a little bit of a SEC hatred going on there, and so from that we went and said, all right, now let's pick the winner. And I can tell you, voting wise, there's still a little bit of time left, but I don't think Four Roses is coming back. Rocktown came in at about 60% voting, where Four Roses, the legacy guys, came in at about 40. So the beauty of the fight right now, on one scorecard, Rocktown's already ahead. So Rocktown only has to win one of these judges' battles to actually pull the big upset. But
pressure.
We'll see what happens. We will be the judges of that. And that's really why I brought Bo in for this one, because I was like, there's so much about this. I didn't want to be the only judge. And then let's say I did go with Four Roses, and then it would be a split decision. So pretty much the way we're looking at this is this, I guess it technically could still be a split decision, but the chances of that are much less. So what we're going to do is we're going to sample them. We're not going to talk through it. We're just going to kind of sample each, cycle through twice, kind of get a flavor, and then we're going to give you a ranking of each. And then we're going to take our best guess on which one's which, and then we'll reveal it, and then we'll talk a little bit more about them. So without further ado, You want to start, and since we are Golf Cask, I did use red and green. If you are a golfer, you know that red means you're going birdie. Green means you're above par, kind of in the scoring cycles. So again, there was a little, it's just not Christmas glasses. There was a method to my madness, I swear.
You knew a little something about me then, didn't you?
That's right. Green is always near Bo because he doesn't ever see red. Unless he gets mad. Start with green?
Yeah.
All right. And you know our routine is anytime inside a Golf Cask, you always got to top your glass, get rid of evil spirits, and we'll get started. I would tell you what I think, but I don't want to taint Bo's tastes.
It's good. I enjoyed it.
I like that one. It's different. All right. So one down, and again, I went with the colored glasses again, so we could not be fooled by age statements. Especially with Four Roses being a little bit older in the barrel, I didn't want one to be darker and thus go, oh, that one's Four Roses. I'm a big Four Roses fan, so therefore I love Four Roses. No. So I went ahead with the blind glasses and went colored, so we can't even see the actual makeup.
But that has a stronger finish. To me,
it's still hanging around.
That's why I took another drink of water.
It's still sitting on my tongue. The finish on that one is long. I agree. Whiskey number 2. Definitely a different nose.
Muted.
Mm-hmm. I think whiskey 1 is neutralized whiskey 2. That was a little better.
Yeah.
All right.
Good too. Different than the other one.
I had to take that extra sip of water because my first sip was very. It was kind of bland. Whiskey 1 was still hanging out.
Yeah, I get much more muted.
Yeah, whiskey 2
Nose and everything.
I think really had trouble fighting through whiskey 1.
Did.
So, if you were going to rate these, green, scale 1 to 5. 5 being the best whiskey you've ever had. Oh my God, I need to buy this anytime I see it. 4 being a birdie, really, really good whiskey. Gonna buy it. Will never turn it down. 3 is a par. Pars are good. Who doesn't like a good par? Mm-hmm. Pars never hurt you, and you can have great pars. You can have great bogeys, which would be 4. Like, I like it. It's good, but I don't know if I'd put it on the shelf.
2. Yeah.
And then 1. I would just call it Crown. No, I'm kidding. Crown is a good whiskey for a lot of people.
A lot of Canadian followers.
Yeah, the unwanted top hat of the United States, Canada. Yes, that's them. Again, 1s would be just not in my flavor profile. Somebody's going to love them. It's just not this guy.
Yep.
Or whoever's ranking it. So from 1 to 5, we're going to go green. And if you need to sip it again.
I'm almost afraid to sip this one again. I don't want to sip that one again. I'm going to call this one a 4.
You like this one?
I do. I like it. I like the, I don't know if you want to talk about it, but I like it's a little stronger nose to me. Definitely. You can get more flavor from it. I think the difference between the initial taste and the finish, I like that contrast, and I got a contrast out of it. Yeah. I had a different taste at the beginning than I did on the finish, and that's why I want to retaste this one probably.
Yeah. So I definitely get sweet by the nose, and I get a little punchy alcohol smell. I get sweet out the gate, and then I get actually a little alcohol-y punchy, but then it just completely sweetens out into almost a. I'm an Irish guy. It almost gives me an Irish finish, but it's long. I mean,
it stays with you.
It's not cottonmouth long.
No,
it's oily, and it kind of
Just
hangs
stays
out.
with you.
Yeah.
I got a little. I don't. It's not. It wasn't. It was a warmth. It wasn't a burn. By
Yeah,
any
no.
means, but it was just almost a spicy warmth to me.
For both of these being higher proof, they're
Very smooth.
very, very good sipping whiskeys.
Yeah.
So definitely hold up neat. Yeah, give your sec. So we got 4 there. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hold. Let me try this one more time, because I don't want to bark out a number and then be wrong. I like this one too, though.
That is good.
It is good, but one does. It's wailing on it. It's like Rocky Balboa.
I think
it's
the bold is just a bolder flavor. That's a really good whiskey.
Yeah.
I mean, I would buy either one of them.
Yeah.
To be honest, but I just like, and honestly, I think this one's smoother to me.
Yeah.
It's smoother all the way through. It's more consistent. I like that. I like that change. And for me, I have a change from the first taste to the finish.
So exactly. I think
like that.
This one is definitely, you get kind of a little sweet on the front end. Definitely get a lot of rye spice, and I'm pretty sure this is Four Roses, just by the smoothness and by the fact that I'm getting that rye spice. I really like that rye spice. This is my dilemma, right? This is my dilemma. They're so different. I love what this is made of. I love that sweet. I love that spice. I'm even getting some fruit. I like it. 3. This one, in my head, I know it's probably Rocktown. It's young. It's a little punchy. But the finish is spectacular.
I like it. I'm rate them yet.
I'm going 3.
Out of 4. Okay.
I'm going 3 here. I'm gonna go 3-3. I like it. I like the Rocktown. I like the finish. I like the sweet, but the young bite to it, to me, is not my favorite. And I like this, but it's just a little too muted through. Yeah. Like, I have other whiskeys that do the exact same thing. Yeah. That are just a little more.
Well, we're aligned, because I mean, I'm a 4 here, and I would, again, not far enough away. You pick your poison on how much you make the spread. A 4 and a 3-5 for me, but they're both good.
All
I
right.
like them. They're both above par.
All right.
I just like this better.
I split the baby. I went 3-3.
You did.
And so Bo, our guest judge, is going to throw this over the top. So let's find out. So, in agreement wise, who do you think's what? Do you think?
I mean, listen, you've done more of this tasting than me. I actually get more spice on my finish here.
Do you?
So it leads me towards a little bit of a rye-ish, I guess.
All right, so you think
I'll flip it.
We're going
opposite, just to see.
So I'm going green, Rocktown, red, Four Roses, and you're going to go the exact opposite.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out. Drive for show, putt for dough. Here we go.
To come off in one
It
batch
just
here.
should slide right out. You can just slide it straight out now.
Okay. I'd be the one that would break something.
Charcoal. I love it. Four Roses was
Red.
Red.
Yeah.
Green was Rocktown.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
All right.
That's good.
So here's the good news, Rocktown. You're the fucking winner. You just had the upset of all upsets. You just took out one of the biggest legacy whiskey producers on the planet, Four Roses.
What do you have to say, though, in any big SEC football battle or any? You got to give credit to that loser, though. They did fight hard.
They did fight hard. In Kentucky, I love you guys, but you're used to fighting very hard in football and not winning.
You got to be careful. We have a history that's not.
Well, I went to Virginia Tech. We used to be good. Yeah. And now in Kentucky, you'd beat us. Yes, okay, fair. So again, here's our Four Roses. Batch, I did not bring my glasses, so batch number is FS, and it is, the yeast is the 41K. So I think the really cool thing, if you're a Four Roses fan, they have 5 main yeasts that they use, and a lot of the yeasts are particularly bred for their distillery only. But I know the actual 41K is, so this is a yeast that they only use, and it gives it a little different flavor profile than a lot of bourbons. Rocktown, again, I really have to say I do like, it is young to me. That's the alcohol bitiness, and that I think that was that peppery you're getting. But having the 2 different malts sent my taste buds crazy because they were trying to figure stuff out. I knew they were both bourbons, but having that extra malt in the back end really kind of flipped it out. This is a lot better than I remembered it. That's the funny part. It's much better than I remembered. And again, the Rocktown, when I ordered it a few months back, I broke it open with a couple friends. We all tasted it. We all said, "Oh, it's all good," whatever, and just sat on my shelf. So it's fun to bring that back, and really good stuff. Again, you just freaking knocked out one of the legacy guys, man. 1-0 Rocktown versus now 0-1 Four Roses. Doesn't mean there won't be a cage match and a rematch at another date, but again, tip of the cap to Rocktown. Way to go, brothers.
Rocktown.
That's right. So without further so be on the lookout at Golf Cask. Inside of Instagram as well as Golf Cast TV. We're going to be starting to post weekly the matches that are coming up. You as the fans, again, will be able to write in a scorecard. As well as we're going to try to get these far enough out in advance. If you can go buy the whiskeys, you can actually watch this with us, taste them, blind them as well, and see if you come up with the same idea. And then again, as this keeps growing bigger and bigger and we get more and more people, I would love to get a bunch of people together at maybe a good whiskey bar and actually have grudge matches and roll judges in and out and have a good old time with this. But again, Rocktown, dap to you boys, really good stuff. Next time I'm down in Fayetteville, I am definitely going to swing by Rocktown Distillery and meet the men there that are making some great whiskey. Four Roses fans, sorry, can't win them all. All right, it's been good. We'll talk at you later, and we'll see you at Fight Night another day. Crack on.
Crack on.